Hello, welcome back again YouTube. I'm here with the fifth and hopefully final part of my lockpicking series. A couple more people I wanted to mention before I get started. Potty314, he's on YouTube, POTTI314, he's from Germany. He does great lockpicking videos, and obviously in Germany you have lots of things like abuses which are quite difficult to pick, so yeah, his video is very good. And secondly, we have Deviant Olam, who is OLLAM. He's quite famous in the lockpicking world. He's done SmooCon, HackerCon, every kind of con you can think of. He's a penetration tester in America, and he's authored a couple of books, one of which I think is called Practical Lockpicking. It's probably about the best book you can get if you're starting off. So I want to quickly cover a couple of things. So master locks, if you're beginning lockpicking, get a couple of these master locks. They're very inexpensive, you can have loads of them, they're all pinned differently, and they have a couple of spool pins in them every now and again, but they are notoriously easy to open, so if you're just starting off, it's something you might want to invest in. I think they're about £5 or £6 each. Secondly is confidence, and obviously once you've got a couple of locks open, it's going to boost your confidence, and you are going to have some bad days. Like I said in the last video, just try and stay relaxed. If you can't open it, put it down, come back to it, have 20 minutes, go off and have a cigarette or a glass of wine or whatever you do, go to work, come back, it will still be there, and you might have better luck next time. But if you get stressed, you're going to put too much tension on it, and that's not really a good thing. Something else I didn't really cover was bumping and impressioning. There are plenty of videos on them out there, so I'm not really going to cover them. I don't like bumping, I think it's kind of cheating, and I'll only use it in an emergency. Impressioning is a very important part of locksmithing, like copying keys by hand, but again, there are many videos on it out there, and as far as I'm concerned, I can't do a better job than they do, so I'm not going to go near it. Now, wafer locks is something I didn't cover. I do have a little safe here which has a wafer lock on it. Now, it's got the code actually written on the top, which is really bad considering it's a safe. You see this on keys. Normally it's on the key, not on the lock itself. There's several ways of opening this. Basically, I got these out especially. If you see one of these, which is a ball pick, or a double ball pick, which is also known as a snowman or figure of 8 or whatever, they're very good at picking double-sided wafer locks. So wafer locks work much the same way as pin tumbler locks do. Just kind of, instead of picking individual pins, you're picking thin slices of metal, but it's essentially the same thing. One tool I find very good for this, because if you use these, obviously, then you still need to use the tension tool. But I find with this, which is a car, I don't know how well you can see. I know my camera's not very good and it's too light in here, but this is a car tool, car entry tool, and this works fantastically well for this lock. So much so that I don't even need the tension tool to pick it, and it should just open in a couple of goes. Give a little bit of a rock. It's much easier on my lap rather than trying to do it in the air. There we go, very quick. I really don't want to keep my valuables in that safe. While we're on the subject of safes, don't buy the electronic safes for God's sake, because they can be opened. You just smack the thing on the top and the lever comes out. Let's have a look. What else we got on my list here? Bypassing. Well, this brings me on to another subject, but basically bypassing is anything like shims. I'll show you quickly shims. A couple of shims in here. See if I can find a suitable lock. That's got a ball. But with shims, you can't shim a lock that's got a ball bearing. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's a ball bearing in there. You can only shim them if they've got like a notch sort of cut. So basically what you do is you put them in here. They slide down. You put money inside. I've got my keys here, so it's going to be kind of a pain. You slide it down inside. Actually, I don't think this master can be bypassed. Yeah, this one can't be bypassed, but basically what you do is you put the money inside, you push them down, and it will push the locking pawl out of the way. That's the general idea. There are other types of bypasses, such as Adam's Right, which is, I don't really understand this type of lock. I know how it works. I know how the bypass works, but I don't really see the point in it, how it's different from anything else. Basically, it's just got a deadbolt in it as well, so you've got to kind of you've got to bypass the deadbolt, because if you just try and use mica or something, basically mica is like a plastic sheet. It's about the same size as this piece of paper. It works the same way as a Slim Jim, where you have, you know, one curved piece of the lock, and you slide it in the gap and you try and pull it out the way. So the Adam's Right works the same way. The other thing is shielded and unshielded padlocks. Now I don't actually have any unshielded padlocks. And basically what it is on the that's the wrong one. Let me show you that one. Basically what it is, here at the back, you'll be able to grab onto part of the locking mechanism. So instead of actually having to pick it, you can simply just stick the pick in, and I think I can do it with this lock, even though it's not unshielded, only because I can see what I'm doing. You can go in and grab basically part of the locking mechanism. Well, I can't do it with this pick. I've done it with another pick before. See, what you do is you slide it in right to the back. You'll feel there's like something that the pick will stick onto, and you literally just go and it goes click, and the thing opens. They're called unshielded padlocks. Like I said, I don't think I have any padlocks that are unshielded. All of mine are shielded. It's just a piece of metal that goes over it so that you can't do it. What else have we got? Rocking. Okay, rocking was also on my list. I need a rake for this. Let's try something like city rake would be quite good for this sort of job. I don't really use the city rake very often. It's not one of my favourite picks. Tension tool as well. I've got the Z wrench, whatever you want to call it. So basically, we covered single pin picking, we covered zipping, and we covered raking. Now rocking is a similar thing. It's kind of stolen from the automotive industry. You get, you know, your sort of rake, city rake, something like that, and all you're doing is you're putting it in, and as you're pushing it in, you're just moving it up and down and jiggling it. So this is where the key jigglers come in, because that's what they're for, really. And after a few seconds, you should have it open. It always likes to play havoc when I try and do things on camera. Like I said, if you don't do it straight away, release the tension, start again. It doesn't want to play ball today. It's just one of those days. Let's try it with a different one. Like I said, if you're planning an attack on a lock and something doesn't work, don't waste your time. Don't keep doing it, you know, and expecting different results. Choose a different pick, choose a different attack. There we go. That's a city rake as well. It's just all even teeth. They're all even. There's nothing like that. So I'm just rocking it, just jiggling it up and down, and eventually it'll open. Okay, so that's bypassing and rocking. Shielded and unshielded padlocks are done. The upside down pick. Oh yes, we haven't done this yet. Let me see if I can can do this. I don't know if it'll work with this lock, but we'll try it. Somebody told me from the automotive industry that you can take your pick, turn it upside down, and if you have like a similar bitting, like not too drastic on the teeth, you can turn your pick upside down and use the back of the pick to just rock it up and down until you get the lock open. And it does work. I have done it on locks. I haven't done it on this lock before, and I haven't done it. There we go. But it does work, so that's another thing checked off the list. Next thing we have master keying. Now, master keying is when there's an extra little pin wafer, which is basically something about as thin as my guitar pick there. It's just an extra little pin that goes in between pins that's giving you two shear lines. So when you're picking master keyed locks, you have a multitude of choices, and you can see when you have a key, only if you have the right key you can get in, but you see when you have a master keyed lock, it's actually considerably easier to pick because you have more choices, you have more shear lines. Obviously the gaps between the pins are the shear lines, so you just have more possibilities there. What else have we got on this list? No, I think that's about it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly pick a couple of different locks. Let's have a look, different types of locks. So we got, this is a warded padlock. Right, now for warded padlocks you have this special type of pick, it's called a flag. It's like a pick with a sort of curved piece of metal on the end, and what this does is you put this in at the side, and it allows you to, because the pins are in the middle, so you put the pick down the side, you have one for each side, you have a left flag and a right flag, and it allows you to push the pins down or up, as the case may be. Again, I find if I have a very small pick, like a small half diamond, my favourite pick, there's even a space on this lock to put the tension wrench in, but sometimes with the old smiley keyways you do struggle to get something in there. This is 7 pins, but I do find with the small half diamond, just kind of raking it is normally enough. He says that now, of course, trying to pick on camera, but it does actually work, I assure you. It's nearly there. I think I might have overset something. I'll cover oversetting in a